Perfect. 8 o'clock and we're live on YouTube. So every Wednesday I do a DIY live stream, a Wire Lady TV. So far we just got Patrick on here. So Patrick, yep. Introduce yourself.
I'm Patrick.
And what do you do, Patrick?
I do YouTube.
Okay,
yeah.
So Patrick's in charge of YouTube Montreal, and we're here in the creator space. I'll just do a little loop around. There we go. And tomorrow night we're having a really big event for a fundraiser for Art for Lucan. So that's coming up tomorrow. So I'm going to bring you guys down to do my regular DIY stuff. Hey Clarice, how are you? So Clarice, we're live at the YouTube Montreal studios here at the headquarters. So there we just had a little event. And I'm going to just set up to do the DIYs. So I'm going to try to also see on my computer to see what's going on. We have a totally different setup. I have 11 people on so far, so you guys, if you could just bear with me. I also have a new tripod that was given to me by my friend Claudia, and I'm going to also plug us in because my iPod's going to die. So let's just plug in here. Perfect. So we're plugged in, and I'm just going to check that. Here, we're just going to check on my computer. So here's actually my computer screen. Let's just check it out. And yeah, I was going to try to do the live stream from home, but there's no way I could have made it home in time. So we're just going to check it out. I have it live here so I can see if you guys make some comments. Oh, here's some comments. Claudia's on. Claudia, I'm going to use your tripod. Here we go for the first time. So I'm going to check it out. And Tracy says hi. Laura says hi. Firecat 777 says hi. Awesome. So let me just, I'm going to just put this in the tripod. Hopefully you're not going to get a view up my nose. And let's just turn the camera around. There we go. So it's, you'll see it's not super perfect because it's not my regular setup. But because I'm downtown, I'm just going to do what I can. So let's just do that. And maybe what I could do is just bring my hands up closer. Yeah, this will have to do for now. So Linda says hello. I'm just going to hook this up so we can see what we're doing. So can you guys see my hands? It's going to be a little tricky today. So Tracy says I've been making rings to raise money for Alzheimer's Association walk. That is awesome, Tracy. I love that you guys are making things and donating them for different causes and stuff. I think that's wonderful. So what I've got today, and Laura says hello, so here's all my beads. And like I said, this is a super funny setup because I'm not in my regular place. But let's just, I'm gonna just go for it because I'm here for a little shorter time than usual. And I'm going to make some rings. So here's my sketchbook. I always like to show you guys my sketchbook. And Tracy says, thank you for teaching me. You're very welcome. So here's my sketches. I'm going to do some rings today. So we're going to make some little heart rings. I have two designs, one like that, and then if we have time, I'm going to try to make a little bird's nest ring. Now, I think someone in the Facebook group already made a bird's nest ring, possibly. I don't remember now, but if somebody's online that already made one, just let me know. And so what I'm going to do to start, I'm sure you'll rock it tonight as usual. Thanks, Claudia. And Claudia, you're going to give a big talk tomorrow, in Quebec City. So I'm going to wish you luck with that. That's amazing. And so what we're going to do to start, I think I'll start with the easy one first. So for the easier one, I'm going to get some, let me move some stuff out of the way so it's not super distracting. Already we have like a lot of stuff going on with the tripod in the way, so let me just move some of this stuff out of the way, and just so it's not too distracting. So here's my 20 gauge wire. So let's go ahead and cut a piece of wire to make the heart. So let me just find the end here. And I hope I don't miss any of your comments, but as always, if I miss any of your comments, please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I love it when you guys do that. So here's a piece of wire. So we're going to cut a piece of wire. This is 20 gauge wire. And we'll cut a piece that's about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches long. And we want to make a heart. So I don't know if you guys saw my video last week. Oh, and Andrea says it's Cat. If you guys saw my video on Saturday, my collaboration with him, that was super fun. We did on their channel, we did a beaded heart, which was super cool with their logo in it. So here's the beginnings of the heart. So we start with the the little bend at the bottom of the heart. And then we're going to get a Sharpie marker to make the round part. And so I'm going to just do the little round part here. I wish I could fix this tripod so it wasn't like in the way, but that's okay. We're just going to make do with it today. And Laura says, I love your fine pliers. Yeah, these pliers I actually got many years ago, and at Pascal, which was a hardware store. And I'm just making this heart, and Catitude says, hi Heather, hello, how are you? So what I'm doing, oh, Claudia says it's on Saturday, her talk. That's awesome. So let's just, to get started, we're just going to, I was starting to do the heart, and then I realized I needed a little loop to do the, to attach the wire to the ring part. So let's go ahead and do a little loop on either side. So we did the bend, and then we're gonna just do a little loop on one side, loop it to the back, because you always want the wire going in the same direction. And then we're going to do another, like measure about the same distance up, like that, and do another little loop underneath, like this. And this way, when you put the ring part on the heart, it's going to not slip up and down. So see, it kind of looks like a pointy mouse's nose with two little eyeballs, but it's actually going to be a heart. So there we go, we have like that. And then we're going to do like a little, the top, one top part of the heart, like that. Okay, and these ones, I was going to use the Sharpie, and I realized it was a little too big, so I'm actually going to use my round pliers. So there we go, let's just do that, put that down like that. And if you're wondering what's in the background, if you're just hopping on, I'm at the YouTubeMTL headquarters, and we just finished a live stream. So actually, if you want to see that live stream, I'm not in it, but you'll hear my voice in it. And we were talking about social media and influencers. So here's, see the heart, like that. And so now what you want to do is actually turn it and just bend one of the ends to the back. I'll put it sideways so you can see it. And then the other end, we want to clip one of these ends off. So we're actually just going to take it and turn it, make a little loop around to get it started, like that. And then we're just going to bend it, and we're going to clip that end off. And I'm sorry that my camera's going in and out of focus. That's the trouble with the, I wonder if I can autofocus it. Just let me just see for a minute if I can autofocus. I'm just going to hold this for a second. I don't think it works when I'm live streaming. No, it doesn't. Sometimes if I push the screen, it'll autofocus, like stay in place, but it's not for this one. So here we have the heart so far, and now I want to add some beads. So I'm going to actually bend this wire down. So maybe I'll actually just take, this and just bend it down like that. And I'm just going to put a few beads in the middle, but not too much. So let's just get the beads. Okay. Maybe I'll put a blue one. I'll put a little blue bead in there. And then let's put another bead there. Maybe a little shiny one. This is like a faceted bead. So we're just going to put a couple of beads like that. That one might be a little bit big, actually. Let me just pull it back. I'm going to try again. Let's try red. Okay, so let's just put one little, this is a miracle bead. So we're going to put a little miracle bead there, and then let's just get a red round bead. So we're going to put a little red round bead there. Okay. So we just put a couple of beads in there. If you could even make the heart bigger if you want. Laura says, I'm not the only one that uses disposable dishes for my beads. Absolutely. Actually, these, I'm at the YouTube space, so I didn't bring any plates, obviously, so I just use what they have in the back. I guess they use them for events. So, but they're actually really, really great for beads because I had them in a pot, but if they're in a pot, you can't see them all. So here we go. So this is, the heart is actually done, and it's got two little loops on either side. So now we can actually add the ring part. So for the ring part, I have a wire that's a little thicker. It's 1.2 millimeters. Or you can actually use a like 18 gauge, I would say, maybe even 16 gauge if you want. So we're going to take the wire, and we're going to twist it around. This is like a ring cone, so we're going to twist it around the ring cone like that. Okay, so we're just pre-cut the wire a couple inches long, and then we're just going to bend one of these up, and then at about the width of your heart, measure the heart, and then just going to bend the other end up a little bit like that. Okay, so we've got the two ends sticking up like that, and actually they don't need to be that long, so let's cut them to like 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're going to stick the ring form on the heart. This is actually really cute. I've never made a ring like this before. I always love coming up with new ideas for you guys. So this is definitely a new design. You can use smaller wire and bead the band part. Yes, you could definitely do beads around the band. That's a great idea, actually. That would look really cute. Yeah, no, it's definitely like use like maybe a 20 gauge or 22 gauge wire if you want to do some beading around the band. So now we're just bending these wires back with our pliers like that, and then I'm going to clip them. Okay, we'll just clip them like this. Okay, and then we'll just bend these back. Oh, and Mimi's here. Wait, you can't see her, Mimi. You'd have to put your face. Oh, there's Mimi's hand. Here, put your hand here, then we can see it. There we go. So then we're just going to put, there we go. So there's the heart ring, and then if you want to fix it up a little bit, you just stick it on the ring cone. Wow, this turned out really well. I'm super happy with it. So we're just going to put it on the ring cone form, and then there is ring number 1. Super awesome. So let's do another ring. We'll put that one at the side. It's adorable, eh, Laura? I really like the way it turned out. So now we're going to get some, and Clarice says very nice. That's awesome. So here we go. So here's now a thinner wire. This is really thin. This is like a 24 gauge wire. And what I wanted, my idea for this was actually to do this type of design. I already did a little sketch. So you know, like bead weaving, where you put the wires and the beads and just weave it back and forth. So let's just try this and see if this is going to work. This is in honor of you guys, because you always motivate me to make something different. If you have, Laura says, if you have pearls, you can make a little snowman. Oh, that would be super cute, a snowman ring. What a great idea. Because I've certainly done snowman, not rings, but earrings. I've done snowman earrings, so a ring would be super cute. I love that idea. I have to do that at Christmas time. And Laura, if ever you make something like that, just post photos either in the Facebook page, or you could email photos to me at info@heatherboydwire.com, and I would love to see photos of anything that you guys make. I would love that, because I know some of you aren't on Facebook, but you could certainly email me pictures. So to make the heart, let's just start with a couple of big beads. So these would be like 8mm. So let's just, we're gonna put those in the middle. And I'd love, oh, Rara Cat says, I'd love to see you make sunflower earrings. That's a great idea too. That's a really good idea. I have done sort of like daisies, but sunflowers would be cool. So here we go. So we've got 2 beads. So now let's put some slightly smaller beads in the next row. I'm not sure color-wise. Let's go down a size though. So let's go down, like this is 6mm. The first ones were 8mm. So let's go down to the 6mm. Actually, do I want to use, I'm going to use the pearls instead, because they have slightly bigger holes. So let's put some 6mm pearls in here. And I hope that we're not going to do too much buffering. I usually do my live stream using a software called OBS, which is called, what is it? OBS, something broadcasting system. And I'm not using it tonight. I'm just going directly on my iPod. So let's hope this is okay. Oh, wow, that's way too many beads. So let's just take one off. And Rara Cat says, Tracy Cat, oh, I'm missing some of these comments. Sorry, guys. If I'm missing the comments, I'm going to read them later. So, as always, I'll just, you guys have to be patient with me. So, I'm just putting these 3 beads, but it's looking too big. Okay, so let's just go, let's maybe put these ones in like this. Let's try it like this. I'm going to try, if you guys have ideas too, because I could do 2 beads and then 1 bead down there, but it's looking a little unbalanced to me. So let me just try something different. As always, I'm definitely experimenting with this. So let's try to put 3 of the 4mm beads on there and see if that works. So there we go. So I'm going to put 3 of the 4mm beads and see if that looks a little more balanced. Like that. It's not too bad, but now these look too big. So you know what? Let's just take those beads off. So, because the only way you're going to find out is if you try, right? So let me try something else. Let's try 2 6mm beads. Because usually with bead weaving, often you'll do like the same size beads. Claudia says she'd pick purple. Well, Claudia, unfortunately I didn't bring any purple beads, so that's too bad. But another time, I'll do a purple craft in your honor at one of these times, Claudia, definitely. Or maybe we could do a collab together. Again, that would be awesome. So I put 2 6mm beads, and now I'm going to put 3 of the 4mm beads, and we'll see if that looks a little more balanced. Because the idea was just to get like smaller and smaller as the rows go, but the trouble is, if you're going from 2 beads to 3 beads, that's quite a jump in size. So let's see. So if we pull that one over and see what that's going to do, this might work. Let's try it. So for bead weaving, basically you put the wire through one direction and then you put another wire through the opposite direction. So we have one wire coming out here. We're going to put the other wire through, stick that through like this. Okay, and then what you have to do is just pull it. Okay, so you pull it tight so it stays together like that. And it might or might not work, but let's just give it a try. You can't win them all, eh? Sometimes things don't quite work. So now I'm going to go and do 2 of the 4mm beads. I might not even use my seed beads. I brought seed beads, but I don't think I'm going to use them. So let's just go ahead with this. And if you guys use this concept and make something and it turns out better than mine, I would be more than happy that you share it on the Facebook page, because sometimes I have these ideas and they don't quite work as well as I planned. So we'll just try this. So we're going to go like this. It's kind of looking cool. Like the idea is that it gets smaller as you go down. I'm just not 100% convinced with those beads, but we're going to see. So now for the last one, we want just 1 bead because it has to like end with 1 bead there. Actually, what I wish I had was miracle beads in that 6mm size, but I didn't have any. So I'm just doing with what I can. So there we go. So here's the heart. It looks a little kind of scrawny and skinny, but it's super cute. So what I'm going to do is just to really finish it off. What you could do actually is bring these wires up and bead it around, and like if you did want to bead it all around. But I think what I'm going to do is actually just push this wire through again, if it's going to fit. That'll totally depend on how big the hole in your beads are. Like these miracle beads are good because the holes are pretty big. So we're just pulling it through again. I can do some more child art for us. Wow, Claudia, I loved your crafts that you showed me. I thought they were awesome. No, we definitely have to figure out some good art projects for people that are visually impaired, because I think it's a really great idea. And actually, Claudia and I are going to the Musée de Beaux-Arts in October to see a show, an art exhibition that's accessible for the blind. So I'm super excited about that. So here's our little funky little heart. It's a little bit elongated, but that's okay. So now the idea would be to just kind of stretch this out a little bit on either side, so we can add a wire. So let's see how that's going to work. If we just push this one, just with my round pliers, I'm just stretching it out a little bit, because the idea is you need to put like the wires on either side to hold it for a ring. So what I'm going to do for that is I actually have some 18 gauge artistic wire. So let's cut a little piece of that. We're just going to cut a little piece that's just a couple inches long, and we'll wind it around the wire like that. So we just wind it around. And then, same like we did for the first ring, we just want to bend one side up a little bit, and then the same on the other side. And this is actually a concept that you could use to make all kinds of rings. You know, you just have something a focal thing that goes in the middle, and then you just do a band with a wider wire. So, and then just so it's, these aren't too long, let's clip them a little bit, okay? And then we can take our heart and just stick it where we stretch the wire a little bit here. And this is basically so it will kind of stay in place. We're gonna just stick that in there. And we're just gonna stick this one on that side. And then it's always good to adjust it on the ring form. So we'll stick the little ring form in there, like that. And Holly says, hi from South Carolina. That is awesome. Now, is South Carolina in that hurricane zone? That sounds really scary what's going on down there. Laura says, with a band like that, you could, oops, I have to look at my computer. You could add a button and put a wire through. Yes, that's a great idea. You can make button rings. I actually did a live stream about doing button rings too at one point. That was fun. Rebecca says, awesome. Laura says, hi, I made it. All right. And then, so here we go. So, and Andrea says, yes, ma'am, it is. So it is oh boy, I hope you're going to be safe. Have you experienced these before? A lot, I guess, these hurricanes. Oh boy, I feel really lucky sometimes to live in Canada because we don't get any real natural disasters. The worst one we got was we had an ice storm one year and we lost power for about a week. So I guess that was pretty bad, but we haven't had anything since. Okay, so here is the ring, and you'll see it's a little wobbly, but look, if we put the band, if we just put it on your finger, it kind of looks cool. Yes, with Hurricane Hugo in 1989. Oh my, that was a while ago. That's the year I moved to Montreal. So here we go. That's kind of funky, guys. I like it. You know, I would even like this more if these two beads were miracle beads, but it's not too bad. Newbie, miracle beads are actually, they're made out of not polyester. It's like a plastic, acrylic, I guess you'd call it. But they have a really nice little, it looks like grapes, you're right. That's funny. Yeah, maybe I should make a grape ring. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, the miracle beads have like a little sheen to them. So here's actually a larger miracle bead. These are two different colors. I have a cherry heart. Yes, it looks like a cherry too. So these are miracle beads in the 10 millimeter. They're just kind of, they glow. They're kind of cool. So guys, I think we have time to do one more. So let's try that bird's nest one. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this 20 gauge wire. I'm going to cut a piece that's, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 inches long. And so I don't know if you guys saw the, Andrea says, Mrs. Holly, I live in Barnwell, South Carolina. Okay, cool. So here's the gold wire, and what we're going to do is put 3 beads. This is to make like a bird's nest with eggs. So let's just stick these in here. 1, 2, we'll do 3. Okay. So we're just going to stick 3 beads in there like that. And then we want it to, I have to remember how I did this. I did this a long time ago. Okay, so we're just going to bend this around, okay? And then we want it to look like the nest. So I think what we're just going to do is kind of, let me move these beads out of the way because we really don't need those now. So let's just kind of loosely, like really loosely bend this around to be like a bird's nest. So I kind of forget how I did this. I think I just kind of went around and around, but you probably would also want to bend it inside itself a little bit so that all the wires hold together. So we're going to loosely go around and around a little bit. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'm going to start just sticking this in. So you guys are neighbors. That's so cool. I love how people chat on these live streams and get to know that, you know, the world is a pretty small world, eh? It's pretty amazing. So here we go. We're just going to wind this around. And what I'm thinking is because this is actually the wire is not too thin. I think we could actually do the ring form with this wire itself too. So let's just kind of keep winding it around a little bit. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of weaving it back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead with this other wire too because it's a little long. So we're just going to weave it in back and forth a little bit. Okay, one of these, there, the eggs got kind of pushed under a little bit. So let's push the eggs up a little bit. So now what we can do is actually, let's just wind this in like that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull it. And like I said, they often say there's no like right or wrong way to do this. I think we can just do it kind of like this. And what I'm going to do now, see already it looks like a bird's nest. That's kind of cool. So let's get our ring form and just wind the wire around. You love the look. I know, it's cool, eh? Yeah, I just thought about doing this because I think somebody had posted a similar picture in my Facebook page, but now I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes I see things online as well. So if you do want a double band, you can actually use both of these wires. Okay, and we're just going to stick it through here. See, we just stuck it through. You like this? Yeah, it's cool, eh? Yeah, what's I making? Kathy, hey Kathy, how are you? We started early today. I'm really sorry about that, but we're downtown, so I just wanted to, I didn't want to skip the live stream again because I know I missed a week a while ago, and so we're just doing it from downtown. So now I've just hooked that one wire there, and now for the other side, I'm gonna just hook it in here. Yeah, no worries you're late. I'm just gonna finish up this one, and then you can always watch them on the live stream. There we go. So there, we're just gonna bend that wire back like that. So we actually have a double ring happening here. And that's pretty well it. We have, I'm just gonna, as always with the ring, we're just gonna push it in a little bit. I really like this one. This is Heather. I made that whole set, the whole set. Now, which set was that? I'm a little confused, but that's okay. You can let me know. So here's the bird's nest as a ring. Let's see if it's gonna fit. Oh, it actually fits. That's not too bad. So guys, what did we make? We made this one. We made the heart with the beads like that. And we made this other heart. Oh, now it's not gonna fit on that finger, but we made the other heart with this. And Laura says if you use blue pearls, it makes a robin's nest. You're right, that would be super cool as a robin's nest. So here we go. That's not too bad considering that I wasn't even sure I'd be able to do a live stream today. So we have our 3 rings. So you guys should definitely comment which one's your favorite. And if whoever's watching the live stream can also make comments once it's published and let me know which ones you like. And of course, as always, be sure to share photos of your stuff. So what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to flip the screen around. So let me do that. I'm just going to take this out of the tripod. Hang on. Take it out of the tripod. Sorry. Birds. Oh, you made a bird's nest necklace, earring, and ring. How cool is that? That is so awesome. I love it. So that must have been where I got the original idea. So there we go, guys. So I'm not going to walk around with the iPod because I'm still plugged into the wall. You see some people just in the back there cleaning up, and maybe I can, because I'm holding this with the hand that made the rings, so I can't. Let me just flip this around a little bit. So here they are. Here are the rings again, and I'll definitely post pictures in the Facebook page. And as always, if you guys are on Facebook, join my Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club to share photos of your work and be inspired by others. If you're not on Facebook, no worries, you could send me pictures to info@heatherboydwire.com. And I often share photos of your work in the community. So I don't know if you guys have seen the community section of my channel, but I have a few people's creations in there. I'm going to try to put them more and more because I realize that a lot of people aren't on Facebook, which is fine. And yeah, that's it for today. So signing off from downtown Montreal at the YouTube Montreal headquarters, and we'll definitely see you guys next week. And thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and thanks for the accepting the early time zone. So next week we'll probably try to go back at 9. Okay, so we'll talk to you soon.